My family called me the quiet child. As a kid, I didn't talk. My older brother and sister made fun of the noises I made instead. Mmm, beep boo, beep boo. They also said I was a robot. It felt like my family gave me a movie script with my life story. Here lies Matt Dever. Nothing to see here. He was quiet. I didn't like that label, but I didn't know what to do about it. It started with karate, of course. When I was 14, my karate teacher Andy called me into his office. Andy said, "Matt, we'd like you to teach the Saturday class." I looked behind me for another Matt. He couldn't have been talking to me. What I didn't know is my mom couldn't pay the karate bill. To pay my dues, I was forced to talk to humans. Bigger, smarter, adult humans. I was scared. I had a mouse voice. So I showed them my kicks. Pro tip, when you're scared of speaking, just kick the air. Everyone will forget how you sound. One day I started explaining my kicks. All of a sudden, everyone started kicking better. That was the first time I felt my voice matter, but I still saw myself as the quiet child. A few years later, I took a man named Ed Campbell to a fight as his coach. Ed had a big heart, big fists, and bad hearing. Not ideal. Imagine you're at the fight. You see the ring in front of you. You hear the murmur of the crowd. You can feel the adrenaline. One problem with that adrenaline, though. Have you ever seen a lion pacing in a cage? That's what Ed looked like before the fight. I have never seen a man pace so deliberately in my life. You can't win a fight when you're that nervous. So I was forced to improvise. Ed and I sat down and meditated in the only place available, the middle of the crowd. We meditated for 10 dark, loud, stiff, bumpy, back-aching, soul-searching, discipline-testing, excruciatingly long minutes. Then I asked Ed to open his eyes. And something magical happened. Ed was calm. In the second round, Ed dropped his opponent with a right cross. The referee waved his hands. Knockout. On the drive home after Ed's victory, I realized the power of my voice, but it only existed at the gym. Not with my family, not with my friends, especially not at work. By this time, I was an engineer. A few years after that fight, I got my first management job. My team at work had a combined 233 more years experience than me, and our project was a mess. Have you ever been proud to get a job and then realized no one else wanted it? That was me. As a manager, I had to talk to my team every day, but I had nothing to say. They had way more experience. My talks had no substance. Then I got feedback from my team for the first time. Matt is not original and not assertive. By chance, around this time, I met a group of great speakers. One was a writer, one taught English, one was British. Whatever he said sounded like gold. I was inspired. And then something boring happened. I became obsessed with writing. Now, when I had to talk to my team, I wrote down my thoughts. I spoke with my voice. I condensed hours of thinking into minutes of leadership. My team responded because now I had substance. I felt like I cracked a secret code. Confidence is like the pretty paint job on a house. But a house must have a foundation or it collapses. Writing was my foundation. A few years went by like that at work. Our team delivered a better product. I got better feedback. Then one day, our project manager, Tiffany, who I'd known for years, told me she taught MBTI. MBTI has 4 letters for your personality type. I asked her to guess my type. The first letter, the only letter I cared about, would either be E for extrovert or I for introvert. This was my own weird, ridiculous, imagined personal growth test. She said, ENTJ. ENTJ. She thought I was an extrovert. I'm not. I flipped the script. Instead of the quiet child, I was now the confident adult. Or at least slightly more talkative than most engineers. This is my story because it's what I know best. But it's for my wife, who thinks she's not creative. All my students who told me they were not athletic. And my dad, who always said he was not smart. He was. They were. She is. Friends, what are your labels? Labels are powerful constraints on how we see ourselves and our world. We put ourselves in boxes. We put each other in boxes. Recognize the next time you label someone, including yourself. In time, we might see we are so much more capable than our labels, so much more powerful than our boxes. Then imagine. Just imagine a new script for yourself and your world. And read it with a British accent. It will sound like gold! Back to you.